Hi, Aries. Long time no see. I had some time today, so I thought I would give you kind of your astro intuitive forecast for the next year. As many of you know, I'm an Aries sun. The sun is exalted in Aries. So I feel I'm very applicable to this reading. I'm going to give you the intuitive pulls that I got first. And then I'm going to give you your astrology forecast as well. And they match up so perfectly, as always. So first I pulled a couple oracle cards from the Divine Feminine Oracle. Because if you guys listen to my other videos, you do know that I'm getting a lot of messages about the Divine Feminine, which is really like the intuitive part of all of us that we have going on. Like I know females, other intuitive people that are just getting like, they're pulling the astrology without knowing the astrology. So Aries, for your Divine Feminine, you got Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance. I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job. And I'm just being drawn to the lotus over her heart. I do feel like a lot of Aries have kind of been broken open since 2018. And that has allowed you to actually feel the love within yourself and then radiate that out to other people. Next, we got the Black Madonna, Our Lady of the Hermits. I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. So yeah, just like I just said. In that card, I'm just getting integrity. Just integrity and an inner knowing and strength. And I'm being drawn to the baby too. So I feel like you guys are actually, you may be feeling this already yourself. You may be actually leading people, leading youth, leading groups around you, kind of showing them how to stand up on their own, in their own integrity, and believing in themselves. So that's amazing, Aries. I also pulled you cards from the Muse, and I would say pull, but they kind of just slid out. They were all on the bottom. And first we got the Nine of Materials and the Star. So I really feel that you guys are very stable in yourselves right now. Like there's an inner blooming. And it doesn't even have to, it's not just about wealth. It's about the joy that's growing in your heart. I know that a lot of us have been going through a cycle of healing, going through a cycle of just inner blooming. And of course, the star, the Aquarius card, also speaks to that. You know, you haven't really come out of your hermit mode yet, as the other oracle card suggested, but you are getting a lot of intuitive guidance. You're being very humble about this, very gentle, like a very gentle. I'm being asked to like slow down my words. It's a more gentle energy that's coming into you guys this year. Like we like to be fiery. Yeah, with the Ace of Inspiration too, like you're getting inspired, but if you look at the plant on her head, like it's a more gentle, a more natural, a more flowing kind of inspiration than we've had in the past. And yeah, I'm just getting a lot of messages about like having to sit. We've been having to sit since 2018. In our emotions and reconcile these emotions within us with the 10 of Cups and the Strength card. And then your reading for 2021 on the cusp of it here ends with the Three of Inspiration and the Chariot, which tells me, you know, you guys can feel it as well. You guys can feel the change that's coming in. You guys can feel the things that you've worked on really, like you've been working on things step by step. You've been working on things one at a time. It's been like a slow grind, but you really feel the opening up. Like this is the, like you're on the cusp. It's almost like the Fool card there. She's standing there and just waiting. And you almost see what's coming ahead of you. And then with the Chariot, it's just a confirmation. I'm being drawn down to the horses. And there's the moon, one of the nakshatra moons in Aries is Ashwini, which is, the healer that heals themselves and then can spread that out to the world. So I do feel like this is going to come on strong. You guys are really blooming at this time. And I really feel that for the astrology part of it, Aries has been working up in the 10th house since 2018. The 10th house being working on, your career. You've probably had a total transformation in that area, a total transformation in yourself and how other people see you. The 10th house also relates to parenthood. You could have had, of course, a lot of restructuring around being a parent, but Aries has worked through that. And it's almost like we've been kept behind closed doors, like not out in the open, not, it's just been like a slow grind for Aries since 2018, like not being out and voicing really who you are, just working on things one at a time, because that's really all we could do. But I have some good news, Aries. Saturn and Jupiter have moved into our 11th house, which is the traditional Aquarius house, the house of groups, the house of friendship, the house of receiving gains and acquisition and dharma for all of the work that you've done. And I'm getting truth chills. So things are opening up to you. I did a reading during the summer that talked about every person that you meet being significant to you somehow. And I've also been being told to look back over the last 20 years and to see the little things that didn't seem significant at the time, but the little interests that have popped up, the little like traits or little skills that you've learned, possibly through hardship, I'm getting, are coming into your benefit at this time. So that's amazing. Now with Saturn and Jupiter in our 11th house, you'll have, in Aquarius no less, you may be finding your tribe right now. Now, being that's in Aquarius, you are going to be asked to come out and show what's in your heart. Like, be brave enough to, speak your truth. Things that you know are true to you, things in love, things that you delight in. But that's what is going to attract people into your life. And it's going to be, some people that you're attracting in now will be here for the next 20 years. This is like a 20-year cycle that you guys are starting now. So it is a very good year to be in Aries, sun, moon, or rising, because Aries have really been through, a battle. We've received a lot of hurts. We've received a lot of bruises and cuts, but being, the warriors that we are, we've come through that, actually not being roughened, actually being softened, which is probably a good thing for us Aries to be. So you also have Mars coming out of our sign and going into Taurus, which is nice for us because it does speak to us being very sure in ourselves. Taurus is a more steady energy. So it's going into our second house, which means that, that's the things that we love. We'll put, we're willing to put the long-term work into things that we love. We're willing to put the long-term work into our own health. Second house concerns the body and health. And with that Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius, we do have the ability to find some new way to heal ourselves if you've been sick. Some new way, revolutionary way to earn money. It's also the money house. You may actually be earning money through things that you've found you love, or through connections that you're making in your friend groups or the new people coming into your lives. So that's amazing. A warning about the Taurus, the Mars and Taurus energy is that it will be a little bit stubborn. And I think we've already learned the lesson as Aries. Naturally, we are willing to put down our own lives for other people. I don't think a lot of people understand that about Aries. But we're ruled by Mars. We're the martyrs. So we literally, when we go out and fight, we are usually fighting for somebody that has less than us or is at a disadvantage from us. And those are the people, that we're willing to put up our swords and go to war for. It's never usually for us as individuals. But with Mars going into Taurus, you really have to be aware of the stubbornness. Now, Taurus is a beautiful energy. My moon is in Taurus. It just wants happiness and love and peace, but it could also be very stubborn. So with Mars going into Taurus, just be careful not to get too bullheaded when working with other people, not to get too stubborn. Once a bull starts going, the Taurus can make it through, and it has that endurance, and it's like willing to put in the hard work, but sometimes also has a hard time with forgiveness or letting things go. I think we have an advantage there because if an Aries is mad at you, like, we pretty much forgive you. Like, we're going to tell you about it, and then we're going to forgive you like 2 seconds later. We don't really hold grudges. But just be aware of that with that Mars in Taurus energy. We might be a little bit more bullheaded and steadfast, and that can work to your advantage. Aries we're good at starting things, and we might need that Taurus, to get us step by step battling through. With Saturn and Jupiter, you could very possibly be doing something online, being a teacher, teaching people online. But with Saturn there, you are going to have to put in the hard work, of course, the day-to-day restructuring, the day-to-day investment in what you want. But with Jupiter there, the promise is that you will be rewarded. Later in the year, Jupiter will go ahead into the 12th house for us, which is Pisces. So that means Pisces could be a place of your own downfall. Pisces could be a place of hidden enemies, of like drunkenness, seclusion. But the best way to work with a 12th house transit is to do your Pisces work, which is really finding a spiritual practice, getting deeper into your spiritual practice, going inside to really to feel those deep intuitive messages, so you don't have to, so you're not self-soothing in a destructive manner, is what I'm saying. You really want to be able to feel the emotions. If there's sadness or something that's unhealed, you're going to want to go through. Jupiter will point that out to you when it's in the 12th house. You may have things come up that haven't come up for a while, and that may be painful for you. But your opportunity in the 12th house is to really acknowledge those feelings and take care of those feelings in yourself. See that other people are imperfect as well. And embrace that as not something that happened to you, but something, that happened for you. It's a part of your story. It's grown you up into who you are now. So Aries, when Jupiter goes into Pisces, you have the opportunity to get amazing intuitive hits. I believe that all people that have been going into their subconscious through meditative or spiritual practice, I've seen it happen, that a lot of people are getting the intuitive female messages coming forth a lot stronger. So you do have the opportunity to not only have that for yourself, but perhaps teach other people or be the grounding for other people around you. You could actually be, getting into a spiritual family that you haven't known before this year, or learning something new. Like I'm studying under a guru. I'm learning astrology, Western astrology, and then I'm doing my own intuitive thing with the fixed stars and the comets and everything over there. But this is a really amazing opening up for Aries this coming year. We've been trapped away in our little hermit hole, which is not natural for us at all. Well, it's natural for me. I'm kind of like a shy Aries. I got a lot of 12th house things, so I do like my hermit hole. But we are being asked and we are being pushed out into the spotlight this year, Aries. And through the work that we've done, through the challenges that we've made it through to this point, people are going to see us shine this year. So that's amazing. And I'm super, super excited for all the Aries, sun, moon, and rising that I know, because they've all been through almost like a war, like a war from other people on the outside, and then just a war to align really who we are on the inside. And we've gone through that amazingly, Aries. So that is beautiful. Also, I feel we've had Neptune hanging out in our seventh house over in the Pisces house. So we've had a lot of confusion around relationships, around other people in our life, perhaps it's work and contracts and job things, and that's all going to be clearing up, because we are going to have that opportunity. If you haven't started already, to receive those intuitive messages, and just the Neptune fog of confusion is really going to clear up for you if you're willing to embrace that. And it doesn't matter what kind of mindfulness or spiritual practice you have, just as long as you're grounded in something that speaks to your heart. Everyone's exactly where they need to be on their path right now. So everyone will be led to exactly where they need to be as well. So Aries, that's what I have for you for 2021. And I'm just being, I'm gonna pull something from the Work Your Light Oracle deck. I'm just being told there's something else for you guys. So let's see what that is. Just gonna shuffle these real quick. Angel Spirits Guides, what is for Aries for 2021 that they most need to know, please? Whew. Let a couple fly out. Landed on my big furry dog under the table. And we have trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And that is exactly what I'm feeling for Aries. Like, we've went through this big transformation, and you guys are being led this week specifically onto kind of what direction you're needing to go. And you don't need a big plan. You don't need the plan right now. You just need to look in your heart and feel, kind of trust that you're going to be led that way. And you got that with the Chariot as well, and the three of wands, three of inspiration before the 3 of wands. And of course, I'm a nerd. I ask all my friends what's going on in their life, and then I kind of like scientifically make a note of it, just to confirm the transits and what's going on with everybody's life. Sorry, friends, I totally do that too, and you know that. And then we got just say yes. So yeah, that also confirms, when these opportunities come up for you, Aries, you're going to know them. And I'm just being drawn to the triangle. It's going to seem like crazy, spontaneous things are just going to open up for you if you're trusting of your path, but it's going to happen for you. And you're just going to, you might have some fear about making this change and coming out in the public or in the light for this. I know I'm an introvert. I certainly am not always comfortable making videos and being the weirdo, but that's really what you're being asked to do. And just being shown that like people, even if they don't agree with your way, will see like the love in your heart and how you're affecting people in a positive manner, and how you take steps in life with a new calmness and a new gentleness, and a new want to grow things and actually boost other people up, as opposed to boosting yourself up. And that is actually what I'm being told is going to boost you guys up. And then we have the Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. And that is so true. Like, and it's so funny. We have Buddha there. We have Mary. We have like teachers from all aspects. And I was just talking to, a super psychic reader that I know, and she was getting messages about somebody that was not her religion, and how people are being supported by, even if they have different names, they all come from, they're all like organizing together to get the messages out to everybody in a way they most understand. And I really feel Aries as a group is more accepted and more inclined. And I hope it's everybody to listen to, like to listen to people that may use God's name in a different form. I know Kitchi uses Ava, and I love that about her. Like it just like glows my heart because I see the glow of God in her heart. So I know it's the same, like it feels the same. And she's getting so many messages. And my astrology guru is actually, he follows Krishna and Hindu, but the feeling that I get when I listen to him is the same kind of love. So I'm able to associate that and see that as simply a different name for the same thing, for the same energy. So I really feel like the Council of Light and you guys as guides and spirits and angels and whatever you believe in is coming together. And I'm just getting like a blanketing over the top of this, to give everyone the same message and like allow like a unity to form. And that's beautiful. And then the last one we got for you guys is birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. And that is totally what you guys have going on in 2021. The Aries and the Aquarius. So Aries is having Saturn and Jupiter in the 11th house, in the Aquarius house. So you guys are coming forward with new things, new visions, like a new way to do things, like as we do. And Aquarius is having Saturn and Jupiter, of course, in their first house. So really the energies are the same, which is amazing. Another thing to be careful of is with the Aquarius energies is not to be overpowering with them, not to be too, things must be like this, or yeah, not to be too Saturn. Saturn is super happy in Aquarius, but the energy is not to limit others' movement with your path. And I think I've spoke about that before. So that's nothing new right now for you guys. So Aries, that is your message for 2021. I cannot wait to see what comes forward from all you guys because Saturn in the 12th house or in that 10th house for quite some time has been pretty rough. And we've got some bruises and we've got some scars, but we are taking our childlike eyes and moving forward. And just the curiosity and the inspiration that you guys bring to the world is like a breath of fresh air. And it's much like it just goes so well with the Aquarius feeling that we're having, just a breath of fresh air, just new, just like novelty, just like ideas we don't know where they come from. So you should know that they come from the divine, and that's what you're being called to do, Aries. So I am so happy to do your reading for today. Thank you so much and have an amazing day.